From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
Right now on KPIX News, while you were sleeping, have you been on Twitter yet? Well, there's another change from Elon Musk, the owner rolling out a major new brand. Yeah, that X, that's the new logo for the famous social media company in the world. A lot of changes, Amanda.
When is it going to stop?
Probably
Who knows?
won't.
All right. Well, a car flies downstairs in San Francisco and lands upside down on the street below. What neighbors are now saying about this shocking crash you see.
Well, technically, it's still going to be warm today, but it's not going to be anywhere near as hot as it was. We're going to start a cooling trend. Most of the 70s is going to be below average. In fact, we're going to look at that coming up in just a second.
Well, the metering lights are on at the Bay Bridge, but not seeing too much of a backup. We are, though, seeing some brake lights out of the South Bay. I'll have your top traffic trouble spots coming up.
But developing this morning, Twitter's signature bird logo is starting to fly away. CEO Elon Musk made the surprise announcement yesterday. And when you get on the social media website this morning, you'll probably see that giant X that I see right there. Around 2 o'clock this morning, the X, it was lit up on the side of the building at Twitter's headquarters here in San Francisco. Musk has been tweeting about the changes for a couple of days and has repeatedly used the letter X in company names. Back in April, Twitter Inc. changed its company name to X Corp. Well, the company CEO Linda Yaccarino said that the new X will connect people in ways they never imagined. And for the time being, you'll just have to imagine, because as for what happens next for Twitter, I guess time will certainly tell.
Is he going to keep it as a hugely influential social media company, or does he want to do something else? And that will be, I think, really the key question he's facing for the next few months as he's kind of rolling this out.
Twitter has been using the Bluebird for more than a decade. Earlier this month, rival social media platform Threads launched from Facebook. In its first week, user signups surpassed 100 million. Amanda.
Let's get a check on our weather now. We are looking out from Sutro Tower, looking at a little bit of sunrise above all those clouds. So we're definitely not seeing that this morning from here on the ground. So, Darren, you are looking right outside of what we can see of the city with all the fog that we're getting.
It's tough to find cameras where we can actually see the city, but the one from Treasure Island's low enough that it's below the clouds. We've started a cooling trend, and that's really the focus of the forecast this morning. Temperatures are going to be below average, like for most of this week. So first, let's just set the stage for that. What is average for this time of year anyway? It can be difficult to keep track because we've been all over the place. If we look at the average highs and pick out kind of 4 representative spots on here, Concord does a good job of representing the inland valleys. 88's average. 75 would be the average in Hayward. We're going to switch this from average highs, and what we're going to do now is kind of pull out where we're actually going to be here for the daytime highs today. And there's not a big difference. It's noticeably cooler than the weekend, but we're not quite down to average just yet. And in fact, if you're in those inland valleys, you're still going to be pretty noticeably warm today. It looks good for the majority of us, but just to pull out that warmest number that we'll usually get to, which is inlandmost parts of Contra Costa County. Antioch, we're going to spotlight your number today because as good as it looked on the comparison for kind of those initial representative spots, it's still going to be 96 degrees today. If you are in those farthest inland communities through Contra Costa and Alameda County. But the real theme is going to be temperatures for most of the 7-day forecast, like from Wednesday on, that are coming down below average. And you're going to see how nice that's going to look for all the microclimates coming up in the complete forecast in a bit. Here's today. You can pick out your part of the bay. I'll be back with the rest of that forecast in just a bit. For now, Gianna, how's the drive look?
Well, the drive's looking a little bit better in San Jose, at least as far as that traffic alert goes. We are following a crash South 101 near Tully. All lanes are now open. Traffic's still slow, but definitely on the mend. Now, what's not so good is we now have reports of a new crash along 101 northbound near Santa Clara Street, and that's not too far from McKee, and that is causing a bit of a backup there, likely due because it's blocking lanes. So San Jose, a little busy. Busier than usual than we would typically see in the 6 o'clock hour. So if you're headed north 101, coming away from that 880 connector there, definitely give yourself a few extra minutes as you travel through there. I want to show you the Upper East Shore Freeway. Everything is open, no delays, both directions. We did have a weekend closure for East 80, which was started on Friday night, extending all the way until midnight. That's when lanes opened back up. So traffic moving along nicely there. Metering lights are on, though, at the Bay Bridge. So if you're taking the East Shore, the Lower East Shore over towards the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, you're going to see some brake lights. Just barely, though. They just flipped those lights on a couple minutes ago, and things will likely get a little bit busy there, and not too bad as far as the fog goes at the Golden Gate. Amanda.
All right, thank you, Gianna. Well, check this out. In San Francisco, police are investigating a wild crash in the Mission District where a car, you just saw it happen, speeds off of a dead-end street and plunges down a stairway before actually landing upside down. Now, this happened at the Sanchez Street stairs near Dolores Park Saturday. Betty Hughes spoke to neighbors who say it's clear to them that this group was in a stolen car.
It's the kind of crash you might see in a Hollywood movie. A car barreled through a guardrail on a dead-end street in Dolores Heights, flew down an embankment, knocked down a tree, and landed upside down. It happened at 19th and Sanchez around 7:20 on Saturday.
There was a woman pulling out a guy all bloody, and the guy had a full face mask, all black, dressed in black. She was in black, red hair. Yelling at them, "We have 3 minutes till the cops come. We have 3 minutes. Hurry up."
San Francisco police said everyone inside the car fled the scene. Michael Perez was among several neighbors who rushed over to help the 5 people inside.
We saw what was going on. There was bottles of alcohol pouring out of their car, and they were all bloodied, and you could tell they were up to no good. They were vandals. Like, you could tell by the way they were dressed what was spilling out of their car, and they didn't want our help. She said, "Don't touch me."
This neighbor said he spoke to a man who said he had just been carjacked.
They basically kicked him out of his car like a couple of minutes before, like somewhere down the block. He kind of fought them, and in the end, like, they hit him like in the head, I think, with a gun. That's what he said. He said, like, when they were fighting, his shirt got torn, and like I saw that.
This drop is estimated to be at least 50 feet. One witness told us that a police officer said that a gun was also found at the scene.
I think it's a great example of how the lawlessness in San Francisco has real impact on the actual citizens and neighbors who live in the city. And so I hope this is like a little bit of a wake-up call to our politicians that we need to prosecute crimes, have more police officers.
Dave was reading a bedtime story to his daughter when he heard the collision.
Later on the camera, I found out that I passed directly past 2 of the perpetrators, or the 2 of the victims, whatever you want to call them. As they came up the steps, I went down the steps, but in the chaos, no one really noticed.
Michael painted the mural on the steps to beautify the neighborhood and deter graffiti.
Very, very easily, it could have been me. Like, I still have paint on my hands from last when I painted this.
Luckily, no passerby was injured.
I'm scared. I live like a couple houses down, and I don't want this to be happening in my neighborhood, and let alone San Francisco.
And you can find the entire video of the crash along with a few other angles of the aftermath on our website at kpix.com. All right, another sideshow in Oakland. This one here happened near the 880 Saturday. Police are vowing to put extra officers on the streets. If you are caught participating in the event, your car could be towed and seized. There is also a $1,000 fine or 6 months in jail. Well, this hotel in Millbrae is at the center of a homeless debate. When the pandemic hit, the state began placing homeless people in hotels under a program called Project Home Key. As John Ramos reports, the plan to purchase a hotel in Millbrae for that purpose is raising the ire of many residents.
The La Quinta Hotel on El Camino Real helps serve travelers arriving at nearby SFO. But the owners say the profitability just isn't there anymore, and there's a plan to sell it to San Mateo County for use as permanent housing as part of an initiative called Functional Zero Homelessness. County Executive Officer Mike Callaghy sprung the idea on the community at Tuesday's council meeting.
We need to offer people the dignity and respect of having their own doorbell, their own doorknob, their own roof over their head, their own opportunity to take a shower in privacy. That's what we started buying hotels. You have wraparound services. They will have leases. They will be permanent residents. They will be shopping here. They will be working here. They will be part of the community here.
But the community may not be so happy about that. Angered that the county never consulted them, city leaders and community members protested outside the hotel on Friday.
Millbrae has for so many decades been silent what outsiders do to us.
Paul Larson owns the funeral chapel across the street from the hotel and says efforts to fight poverty shouldn't impoverish small communities.
Having a way for the homeless or the people who need help to get out of that situation is good, but at the same time, you have to look at the surrounding community. What are their needs?
Larson says the city doesn't have any large businesses to generate tax revenues, but the La Quinta is important because they charge a transient occupancy tax, which all told contributes about $600,000 per year to city coffers.
Losing a hotel in Millbrae is almost like cutting off a finger.
And then there's the question of fairness. Millbrae City Council member Anders Fung says the city has worked hard to decrease its unhoused population from over 100 down to about 20. So filling a 99-room hotel would mean busing in homeless residents from other cities in the county.
We need to meet these residents where they are, and we need to service and help these folks where they are. Functional zero homelessness in San Mateo County needs to start with functional zero homelessness in every city within the county.
If homelessness is a universal problem shared by every community, Millbrae says let the responsibility of solving it be shared as well.
So far, the state says Project Homekey has created nearly 13,000 homes through more than 200 projects across California, allocating about $736 million in grant funding to local governments. As for the project in Millbrae, city officials say the county has not provided any information about how soon a purchase of the hotel could happen. It's just about 6:12 on your Monday morning. Here's your top stories. The feds are giving Texas a deadline of today to remove floating barriers along the Rio Grande River. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed off on this plan earlier this month in an attempt to limit border crossings. Critics calling the move inhumane. They say migrants could get stuck underneath and drown or get injured by newly installed barbed wire along the river. Now, the Justice Department's deadline for Texas to avoid legal action is today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Today, Israel's parliament may act to scale back the power of the country's Supreme Court. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was released from the hospital today just as that debate was going on in the Knesset. He was admitted Saturday so that doctors could fit him with a pacemaker. The bill, now under consideration, is highly controversial. It would limit the Supreme Court's ability to void decisions by the government that the court deems unreasonable. Unrelenting heat gripping much of the country. More than 110 million people experienced severe high temperatures over the weekend. And by Wednesday, 230 million Americans are expected to feel the temperatures of 90 degrees or more. And it's not just in the U.S. July could become the Earth's hottest month in at least the last 6,500 years.